My name is Steven Corpenos. I'm a senior web developer here at iRacing, and I work on the beta UI. It's funny because iRacing has been around for 10 years, but we want to keep delivering the best possible user experience to our customers, and we've found that the old UI isn't exactly what we're trying to deliver in 2018. We want to use new features and provide the best possible experience when using the sim. One of the projects that I've been working on is some custom heat racing configuration for hosted races. We've been listening to our customers. Everyone's been asking for custom heat races. Maybe you want to tweak a few things with the preset iRacing configurations. Well, now you can using the beta UI. So once you're at the home page of the beta UI, you just go to create a race. Then from there you go to your set race options. And you'll notice here under event types, you can actually choose heat racing. First, I'm going to show you how to create a new format from scratch. You can choose the number of entrants. And as you can see, when I made that change, the change was actually reflected on the right side in the graph. Also, you can use the estimated duration at the bottom of the graph when you're changing the length to see what the total duration of your event will be. In addition, you can customize every aspect of the session information, practice, qualifying, heat races, consolations, and of course, the final feature race. Because the beta UI allows us to develop features that are robust and complex, this feature will be exclusively available on the beta UI. Once you've made all of the changes, you can hit save. Say you forgot what you selected. You can always preview it using the preview format button. We are very excited to release the brand new. My name is Steven Corpenos. I'm a senior web developer here at iRacing, and I work on the beta UI. It's funny because iRacing has been around for 10 years, but we want to keep delivering the best possible user experience to our customers, and we've found that the old UI isn't exactly what we're trying to deliver in 2018. We want to use new features and provide the best possible experience when using the sim. One of the projects that I've been working on is some custom heat racing configuration for hosted races. We've been listening to our customers. Everyone's been asking for custom heat races. Maybe you want to tweak a few things with the preset iRacing configurations. Well, now you can using the beta UI. So once you're at the home page of the beta UI, you just go to create a race. Then from there you go to your set race options. And you'll notice here under event types, you can actually choose heat racing. First, I'm going to show you how to create a new format from scratch. You can choose the number of entrants. And as you can see, when I made that change, the change was actually reflected on the right side in the graph. Also, you can use the estimated duration at the bottom of the graph when you're changing the length to see what the total duration of your event will be. In addition, you can customize every aspect of the session information, practice, qualifying, heat races, consolations, and of course, the final feature race. Because the beta UI allows us to develop features that are robust and complex, this feature will be exclusively available on the beta UI. Once you've made all of the changes, you can hit save. Say you forgot what you selected. You can always preview it using the preview format button. We are very excited to release the brand new heat racing configuration feature that will be available in Season 3 of iRacing.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Ultimate Dirt TV. Tonight on the program, welcome back the Rush Sim Racing Midget Super League, the first of 30 rounds here this season. Good evening, race fans. Brett Wheeler with you for the call as we enter round number one, as we welcome you back to Wednesday night broadcasting here in Australia, right here on your number one channel of Ultimate Dirt TV. Tonight, again, as I said, we travel to Kokomo Speedway. These drivers getting set to tackle this tight little bull ring. Who will be the king of Kokomo? Well, we've got 35 drivers signed into the pit area for tonight. Hot laps currently underway. Drivers get 6 laps on the top side, 6 laps on the bottom side. And once they are done that, we are going to wrap up qualifying. Wrap up hot laps. And then going to move in to straight heat racing action. No qualifying this season. All randomised grids, so it's a matter of a bit of luck during the night. And of course that luck will start in those randomised heat races, and then we'll go through your passing points format. And of course once the passing points have been added up, they'll be tallied, and we'll see our top 8 drivers battle it out into the pole shootout. We'll have the C and B mains, I believe, first up before the pole shootout. Pole shootout going to be run during the warm-up session. And of course we are going to set the scene for 40 laps around Kokomo. Of course, a massive thank you to Rush Sim Racing for coming on board for the naming rights sponsor of Season 2 here at the Midget Super League. And again, it is round number 1. Who's going to take out round number 1? Well, we're not too far away from finding out. We're due to wrap up this little hot lap session here in just a few moments' time. Tonight, of course, we are live across Facebook and YouTube. So again, if you're watching on Facebook, don't forget to hit that like and follow button. If you're watching on YouTube, if you want to head over to our YouTube channel, you can go to youtube.com/UltimateDirtTV, hit that subscribe button. Right, final couple of cars finishing up. We're looking at low 12-second times at the moment. Well, the quickest time is Harry Stewart. You see the top of your screen right under the Rush Sim Racing Midget Super League name now. The quickest driver, Harry Stewart. He's got the field covered by a 10th. But again, this means absolutely jack squat, because as I said earlier on, we'll go straight to randomised heat racing action. And hopefully this track later on for this 40-lap main event, it's going to be wide. We're going to hopefully have a couple of lanes of racing. Alright, hot laps is completed. It is now time for the opening heat race of the night. We'll see where these drivers start off with. Let's take a look at your Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid for round number 1 of the Rush Sim Racing Midget Super League. Starting on pole in the WP Concreting car number 99, Aston Hurley. On the outside of your front row, in car number 956, Billy Hill. Inside your second row, the 049 of Zachary Phelan will line up alongside the Slick Sim Sports car number 9, Joel Berkeley out of position number 4. Position 5 will be car number 62 of Rodney James. On his outside, in car number 88 for Synergy Sim Racing, Brenton Hobson. Inside your fourth row in car number 550, normally driving the 191, it's Mitchell Piskalik at a position number 7. You're outside of your fourth row for Pace Syndicate Racing, car number 78, that is John Schultz. And lining up at a position number 9 in the United Sim Sports, car number 6, Alan Solitz. Right now, we're about to see the drivers take to the Kokomo Speedway. 8 laps on the board. In fact, yes, 8 laps. Here we go. Green flag is out. We're underway. Hurley looking to lead down the back straight away. Into 3 and 4 for the first time. Billy Hill upstairs as well. Lap 1 belongs to Aston Hurley. Phelan up on the inside. Phelan now to the race lead. Solid just in front of them now, almost going to be putting a lap down as we watch Piskalik working up on the inside. Piskalik, Hurley come together. Berkeley capitalises. Now Berkeley looking to go from 4th to 1st in the space of a couple of turns, but he makes a mistake on the exit of turn 2. And here comes Hobbo in the 88. Brenton Hobson for Synergy Sim Racing up on the inside. He gets tight, and he's going to lose several positions out of turn number 4. The battle is on for the 4th and final transfer position. Piskalik holding on, trying to get by Hurley for 3rd. Then you go back to John Schultz and 5th. Meanwhile, Berkeley coming after your leader. Berkeley run on the bottom side. It'll be 5 down, 3 to run this time by Berkeley on the inside, Phelan on the outside. Hurley and Piskalik. Piskalik picks up the front wheels. And now John Schultz trying to capitalise on that mistake from Piskalik. But Berkeley, your new race leader, down into turn number 3. Can he have it at the start-finish line? Yes, he does. The bottom side is way too good at the moment. 2 to run. Piskalik again having problems there in the 550 machine. Those front wheels, they keep dancing around. You'd think he's going to the prom. Hurley slides to the middle of the racetrack out of turn number 4. This time by your winner. Heat number 1 getting good passing points. Joel Berkeley with the win. 2nd, Zachary Phelan 3rd. At the line, wait for the timing and scoring to update. Mitchell Piskalik's 3rd. 4th is Aston Hurley. Those 4 drivers moving into the main event. And now we move into our next heat race of the night. Let's take a look at your Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid for the Rush Sim Racing Midget Super League Heat number 2. Four heat races on the cards for tonight. Heat race number 2 for 8 laps in car number 07D, Davin Cardwell. On the outside of your front row in car number 010, Lance Baton. Inside your second row, car number 22, Jack Cameron lines up at a position number 3. At a position number 4 in car 84, that's Jared Guptill. Fifth starter in car number 4, it's Trent Gosley, and he's outside the 50 machine of Clayton Davies at a position number 6. Starting 7th, the 009 of Craig Sherman, and he's outside. He is your defending champion. In car 21, Bradley Oldfield at a position 8 with Mini Mac of Matt McCutcheon lining up at a position number 9. Keep an eye on Oldfield and McCutcheon, both looking to maximise their heat race points. Gosley gets a little bit of a turn there. I believe it might have been from Davies. Watching Cameron. Oh, Guptill right rear. But look at Minimac up on the inside, lap 1 in the books. And there goes the Rush Sim Racing number 98 machine into a transfer position. And Matt McCutcheon, if he gets a win here tonight, he would be by far the highest point scorer from 9th to 1st. But at the moment, he sits in 2nd out of turn number 2. Davin Cardwell, he's going to be tough to run down in heat number 2, but Minimac is certainly up for the challenge. Jack Cameron in 3rd, Lance Baton 4th. Then you go back to Craig Sheeran, followed by Jared Guptill. Look at Oldfield trying to make it up on the inside. Trying to regain some sort of positions here in the heat race. Oldfield gets by Sheeran, and now coming after the next 3 cars, Guptill and Oldfield make contact. Moves Guptill out of the way, I should say. Sorry, Oldfield now up on the inside. Oldfield up to 5th. Now, the leader is still Davin Carbell. Still got half a straightaway over Minimac of Matt McCutcheon. There goes Oldfield, 8th to 3rd. Not quite. Jack Cameron holds on to 3rd. Guptill trying to throw the big dive bomb down into turn 1. Picks up the front wheels. They are dancing all over the racetrack. White flag flyers here at the Kokomo Speedway heat race number 2 of the Rush Sim Racing Midget Super League season 2 of 2020. Davin Carbell victorious by a long way. Matt McCutcheon from 9th to 2nd. Oldfield from 8th to 3rd. Jack Cameron home in 4th. Lance Paynton 5th. Craig Sheeran, Jared Guptill, Clayton Davies and Trent Gosley to round out heat race number 2. Alright, your Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid coming up for heat race number 3. On pole, heat race number 3 in car number 777, Brad Gardner. On the outside of him in car 41, he has picked up 2 wins last season in car 41 for the Rush Sim Racing, James Robbie. Inside your second row, car number 27 of Dale Jordison, to his outside the 16 of Lockie Beattie out of position number 4. Starting inside your third row, position 5, the 015 of Darren Lorden. On his outside, the showstopper, Brady Baldwin, out of position number 6. Callan Arthur will line up out of position 7. Thomas Paul, the 305, will line up out of position 8. And lining up out of position 9. Second in everything last year. Well, last season and last year, I should say. Car number 11 for United Sim Sports, Harry Stewart. We move into the second half of the heat races. Heat number 3, Gardner and James Robbie on the front row. We are green here at Kokomo once again. Little net code there with James Robbie, the black and blue machine. You can't miss it. How about Stewart? Straight up to 3rd position now, challenging for 2nd. Jordison hangs on to 2nd. Robbie trying to work through the middle of the racetrack. Tucked in now, makes the pass on Dale Jordison. Stewart, like he's done so many times, in 2nd position, a spot that he loves to finish in. The double ones, 1 + 1 = 2nd, Harry. Now coming after Brad Gardner. Your race leader, 3 down, 5 to run. Gardner gets a little touch. Stewart, just a little bit of a wheel stand there on a turn number 4. Now up on the inside, side by side for your race leader. James Robbie back there in 3rd. But Harry Stewart, for the first time in a while, he's gotten to the lead. But it's only a heat race, so he's going to pick up maximum points as well. In fact, it would be the highest point scorer. Minimac went from 8th to 2nd. Sorry, 9th to 2nd. Stewart's gone from 9th to 1st in just a matter of 5 completed laps. We watched the Rush Sim Racing number 41 machine for Pace Syndicate. That's the black and blue car that just keeps on disappearing every now and then. He picked up his first feature, and I believe it might have been at, I want to say, Charlotte last season. And went on to pick up a second one in the series. White flag this time by for your leader, Harry Stewart. Just one more circuit around the Kokomo Speedway. Heat number 3, Rush Sim Racing's Midget Super League. Stewart into turn 3, out of turn number 4. Stewart will get the win. 2nd is going to go to Brad Gardner. James Robbie home in 3rd. 4th, we'll see Dale Jordison. Then we go back to Callan Arthur, Lockie Beattie. In fact, Thomas Paul, Callan Arthur, Brady Baldwin, and Darren Lord is the way they are there on the timing and scoring. So 3 heat races completed, leaving 1 heat race left. Heat race number 4, which 4 drivers are going to book their ticket to tonight's main event. Let's take a look. It's your Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid. On pole for the final heat race of the night in car number 092, Lachlan Horton. On the outside of the front row, car number 2, Travis Castagna. Inside your second row, car 71, Gavin Sadler starts position 3. Dylan Thomas, the 55, will start position number 4. Third row inside, the 211 of Aaron Hatton out of position 5. And Ethan Cooper, car 31, lines up out of position number 6. Jacob Dixon, car 3, will start position 7. And Callum Davidson in the 017 will start position number 8. 8 cars, 8 laps, 4 going through to the main event. Points getting tallied up after this heat race. See how they go off for turn number 4. We wait for the green flag to fly. We're underway, heat number 4. Castagna, the outside, the number 2 machine. There goes Sadler sliding up in front of Dylan Thomas. Thomas works his way back up on the inside, looking for third into turn number 1 and 2. But no, it's going to be Sadler to hold on to that third spot. Castagna running down low, trying to run down your leader, Horton. In the BSL machine, I believe that is. And now here comes Jacob Dixon challenging for that 4th and final transfer position. Dixon up on the inside now will make the pass through 1 and 2. Now coming after, oh look out, Castagna into the U-ties in the infield, and that puts Dylan Thomas back to position 4. Now the battle is on for 2nd and 3rd. Sadler on the inside, the black and green 71, but it's the black and blue MG contracting number 3 of Jacob Dixon, who's come from the 7th starting position and made his way to 2nd. So again, good passing points for the number 3 machine. Aaron Hatton on the outside looking in 2 to run this time by. Ethan Cooper back there in 6th, Castagna in 7th, and Callum Davidson in 8th. We watch your leader through turns 3 and 4. For the penultimate time, we'll greet the white flag first here of these 8 drivers. Horton, good on the low side, 2 turns to run. Through turns 3, out of turn 4, Horton gets the win over Jacob Dixon. Sadler will come home 3rd. 4th is going to be Dylan Thomas. In fact, though, it's going to be Aaron Hatton ahead of Dylan Thomas. Then we go back to Ethan Cooper, Travis Castagna, and Callum Davidson there to round out the 8-car field. And now we move into our first C main of the night. Our only C main of the night, I should say. Our first C main of the season. Let's take a look at these 9 cars battling it out over 12 laps with your Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid. "12 laps of distance with your top 4 going through. Callan Arthur, car number 32, starts on pole. On the outside of the front row, car 31, Ethan Cooper out of position number 2. Alan Solet lines up out of position number 3 in car number 6 with Clayton Davies out of position 4. Position 5, the showstopper, Brady Baldwin, lines up alongside Callum Davidson in the 017 out of position number 6. Rodney James, the 62, will start position 7 alongside him in car number 4, Trent Gosley. And Darren Lord, the 015, will start position number 9. So out of these 9 drivers, 4 of them will make the transfer into the back of the B, where we'll go around for 16 laps in your B main, and our top 4 to make up a 20-car field in tonight's opening, or season opener I should say, for the Rush Sim Racing Midget Super League, round number 1. Mr. Grant Anderson, thank you so very much for that follow. Here we go. Heat number 1, BC main, as Ethan Cooper and Callan Arthur will go side by side through turn number 1 and 2. Trent Gosley not having a happy night. He's upside down in turns 1 and 2. For the moment we stay green. Solet moves up on Davidson, that was. Baldwin now working the outside of turn number 1 and 2. Gets by Clayton Davies. Again, you need to be inside the top 4. Alan Solet back there in 5th position. Then you go back to Callum Davidson in 6th. So Couple of United Sim sports cars. On the outside looking in, here goes Davidson to the inside on Davies. Who's going to have it? Well, we got a car. Why one and Hanson? That is Cooper, I believe that is. Ethan Cooper as look at Baldwin under heavy pressure. Oh, Davies up on the inside. Davidson gets the worst of that one. Clayton Davies in the 50 machine. Look at Lord putting the pressure in the Donny Shots livery, the Arctic Cat Ford, as he goes upside down. Davies having some connection issues there. Just keeps blinking in and out, but stable enough to keep that car circulating around the Kokomo Speedway at the moment. 6 down, 6 to run this time by. And the battle is on for third and fourth as Cooper holding off Davies for the moment. Cooper right through the middle. Davies continuing to work low. Solid needs to probably run right through the middle of the racetrack, just above that slick line, and he should be able to get by the 50 of Clayton Davies. Davies now, he's moved up a couple of lanes in turns 1 and 2. We'll see how he goes through 3 and 4. Right through the slick there. Not ideal, and well, I'll tell you what, here comes Rodney James in that 62 machine as Davidson now moves past him. Davidson moves back up to 6th position, and coming after the United Sim Sports number 6 machine of Alan Solit. See these two United Sim Sports cars battling it out side by side for 5th and 6th, but tell you what, Solit, he's having a red hot crack at the moment. 2 to run. It'll be 1 to go this time by for your leader, Callan Arthur. There he is, down into turn number 1 and 2 for the final time in C-Main competition. Callan Arthur going to be victorious over Brady Baldwin. Third we'll see coming into the right of your screen. Looks like it'll be Cooper. And Alan Solar looks to have stolen 4th position. He has. Solar will grab 4th. Davies, Davidson, James, Lord and Gosley from 5th on down. Those drivers unfortunately do not transfer. As we move into our first B-Main here of season 2020, season number 2. Here are the Rush Sim Racing Midget Super League. Your B-Main looks like this. We'll take a look at your Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid. "16 laps, top 4 will be the distance. John Schultz will start on pole in car 78. Lance Baton in the 010 out of position 2. Lockie Beatty lines up alongside Dylan Thomas in row number 2. Row 3 sees Brenton Hobson and Craig Sheeran. Thomas Paul and Travis Castagna in row 4. Row 5 will be Billy Hill and Jared Guptill. Row 6, Callan Arthur, your C-Main winner, and Brady Baldwin, who finished 2nd in the C-Main. 3rd and 4th in the C starts position 13th. That is Ethan Cooper and Alan Solit to make up this 14-car field in B-Main competition. So which 4 drivers continue their journey towards the A-Main? Can it be any of the C-Main drivers? We'll see. They start 11, 12, 13 and 14th. Here we go. Green flag is out. Drivers trying to sort themselves out early on here through turn number 1 and 2. We start to see this track really widen up. But right now they go 3 wide. Oh boy, look out. 2 is Thomas Paul, Alan Solit there. Baldwin coming through. Hobbo getting shuffled back to 9th position. Arthur in the 32 machine. Up to position what could be 5. And right not too far behind him is Brady Baldwin as well. Top 4 on screen at the moment. John Schultz, Lance Paynton, Craig Sheeran and Travis Castagna. Arthur back there in 5th position. And that 32 would love to book a ticket into the big dance. He has still got 12 laps to run to get by Castagna, to get a bit of luck or even just clean straight up past him down in the slide job into turn number 3 and 4. The battle is on for the final transfer spot. And Callan Arthur has got that 32 rolling right now. We're on the outside of Castagna. And move Callan Arthur into position number 4. The battle is on for second as well. Craig Sherm up on the inside with a bit of a dance and side by side with Lance Bainton. Bainton continuing to work through the middle of the racetrack, just following in your race leader John Schultz in the 78 machine. We look at 7 down, 9 to run, nearly at half race distance. And just look at what's about a straightaway in front of him right now. The lap car of Alan Solwood. Thomas Paul's already gone back to pit road. His night is done. Hopefully we'll see him in round number 2 of this series. But, oh, look out, Callan Arthur. Oh, no, he's done all that hard work. And Baldwin with nowhere to go. Callan Arthur goes upside down. And that gives Castagna. In fact, Castagna's made his way back up to position number 3 right now. Oh, Bainton into the outside wall. Baldwin into 4th. So these single car spins. No yellows for this kind of stuff. There's got to be 2 or more cars involved in an incident for the yellows to be thrown. Solid, your race leader. Schultz gets hit. Sherham, Baldwin. And the big winner out of that one, how about this? Travis Castagna to the race lead. 4 to go this time by second. 3rd, 4th, and 5th, and almost throw in 6th position. As we've got 5 cars doing the tussle for 3 transfer spots. There goes 1, there goes 2 cars. Hobson. Baldwin was involved in that one. We'll watch John Schultz in 2nd. Sherham in 3rd, and Lockie Beattie in position number 4. Baldwin on the outside looking in once again. Couple of laps remaining for your race leader right now in the number 2 machine. Travis Castagna does not need to do anything silly right now. There's no need to try and pass this lap car with 1 lap left to run. He knows what kind of distance he would have over 2nd spot with the relative box, but for the final time into turns 3 and 4, your B main is complete. Travis Castagna going to the A, along with John Schultz, who comes home in 2nd. Craig Sherham in 3rd, and Lockie Beattie will round out the top 4. That will continue on towards tonight's main event. 5th on back will be Sent Pack and Dylan Thomas, Brady Baldwin, Jared Guptill, Ethan Cooper, Billy Hill, Brenton Hobson, Solet, Bainton, Arthur was in there as well, and Thomas Paul. Our pole shuffle is up next. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to leave the sights and sounds on for you, and we'll have the first of 7 pole shuffle races here in just a few moments' time. Pole shuffle number 1, and Lachlan Horton was on the inside. Mitchell Pisklik in the yellow. 550 machine was on the outside as lap 1 is in the books. Horton looking to advance into the next part of the pole shuffle. We'll go through our order here in just a second, but Pisklik on the inside, slide jump. Who's going to get the run? No, Horton. He continues on. And hopefully, Horton, there's not too much damage on that race car. Hopefully, race control going to let him get maybe a new car. But no, it looks like he's just going to pull up there. And I can tell you that I do have our pole shuffle order. So out next is going to be Davin Cardwell in the 07D car. They will take on the winner of... The winner will be facing Bradley Oldfield. So Horton in the 92 machine. And out rolls Davin Cardwell. Wouldn't mind a pizza right now, actually. So again, don't forget to head over to our YouTube channel. Go to youtube.com/ultimatetv. Hit that subscribe button. It is free. If you want to come back and watch it on Facebook, you're more than welcome to. Green flag is out. Cardwell. Slide job on Horton. Horton coming back after him now. They come out of turn number 4. 1 down and 1 to run. There is nothing in it between the pair. Couple of car lengths separating. Here goes Horton. Down low. Nope, not going to happen. Davin Cardwell, he will advance. Horton will start position number 7. Next to come out is the defending champion. He won everything here at MSL last season. Playing along with the bingo cards, a Midget Super League champion, a Midget Super League Speedway champion as well. The United Sim Sports Valvoline, Too Easy Finance Parramatta, Isuzu West End Mazda number 21 machine. Bradley Oldfield puts the moves there on Davin Cardwell, but Davin Cardwell very experienced. Back to the inside as they go side by side through turn number 3 and 4. Locked in nearly a dead heat of a battle. There is dead set inches separating these pairs. They go through 1 and 2 right now. The gap has been extended by Cardwell. Oldfield stabs the brakes, trying to get the run on the bottom side of the racetrack. Davin Cardwell wins. Bradley Oldfield will start position number 6. And out rolls the MG Contracting number 3 machine of Jacob Dixon. Loser out of this one will start position number 5. Pretty sure one of the only times you've seen Davin Cardwell last season happened to be here at the Kokomo Speedway, but we are green in the next pole shuffle race of the night. And look at Dixon. Slide job down into 3, trying to stab the brake and trying to pretty much park it in front and break the momentum up there of Davin Cardwell, but they made contact and Cardwell leads down the back straightaway. Here goes Dixon. Once again, slide job. Cardwell back to the inside. Cardwell going to be victorious once again. He will continue on. Dixon going to start out of position number 5. Out rolls the Slick Sim Sports car number 9. Deciding on where he wants to start, whether he wants to start inside or outside. Again, just playing some mind games at the moment. And these two guys have history against one another here in the Midgets. Loser will start position number 4. And the winner will have a chance to start on the front row of tonight's 40-lap main event. Berkeley tight on the bottom side. Berkeley good into turn 3. He has the middle on lockdown through 3 and 4, but here he comes. Cardwell, big slider. Berkeley nearly catching that U-field, the inside tyre there. As Cardwell, you're seeing that big wheel stand, and Berkeley just letting Cardwell do what he wants. And Berkeley, very, very experienced. Cardwell going to start position 4. Berkeley will at least consider or wrap up a 3rd starting position. And out rolls good old Chicken Legs in the Rush Sim Racing. I don't know whether it's a 00 or 96, but that is going to be Matt McCutcheon, Mini Mac. Winner will start on the front row. Loser starts position 3. Green flag is out. Minimac staying low through 1 and 2. Berkeley, good run through the middle of the racetrack. He goes a little bit high now in turn number 3 and 4. The bottom side used up quite a fair bit at the moment. Slider, mini slider there from Minimac, but Berkeley back underneath him now. And Berkeley looking to put the Slick Sim Sports number 9 machine on the front row. He will do so. Minimac will start position number 3. Joel Berkeley moves to the front row. And he takes on the guy that just loves to finish second in car number 11 for United Sim Sports, Harry Stewart. Let's hope he gets off at the right roundabout section. This is for pole position. Green flag is out and just a couple of young men going at it. The young'uns, Berkeley and Stewart. Stewart got that top side working through turns 3 and 4, but Berkeley not afraid to go to the bottom, not afraid to stick it down there, but Stewart right up in the marbles through 1 and 2. He leads by a couple of car lengths down into 3 and 4 for the final time. Pole position belongs to Harry Stewart. Harry Stewart will claim pole position. Joel Berkeley will start position number 2. Thankfully, after that race, there was a little bit of a minor wreck, and, well, thankfully, it's just a matter of hitting that escape key, getting a brand new race car. And we have our pole shuffle completed. Now we are going to give the drivers, I believe, a couple of minutes to come out onto the racetrack and make some minor adjustments before we head into our 40-lap main event. Alright, so while these drivers have got a few moments on the racetrack, we'll take this opportunity again. Although this season, I'm pretty sure they're going to come back. We just haven't spoken about. Of course, we want to thank the sponsors here at Ultimate Dirt TV. In fact, before we do the Ultimate Dirt TV sponsors, let's of course give a massive shout out to Rush Sim Racing for the naming rights sponsors here for the Midget Super League of Season 20. A grueling 30-week schedule on the program, plus an Australian title and all sorts of memorial races coming up through the next year. It's going to be at least 30 to 35 weeks of racing action. We know 30 is just for the series of memorial races in between the weeks. Of course, keep an eye on the Midget Super League Facebook page. You can check out the website. Go to midgetsuperleague.com. Don't forget, check out Rush Sim Racing on all their social media pages. Give them a like and a follow. And of course, don't forget, head over to our YouTube channel. Go to youtube.com/Ultimate Dirt TV. Hit that subscribe button. We are closing in on the 1,000 subscribers mark. Of course, doesn't cost a thing to subscribe. And of course, if you're watching on our Facebook channel, hit the like and follow button. Of course, don't forget to share it out to all your friends and family. Let them know that you are watching. Although it might be sim racing, we are still seeing a lot of real world competitors here on the sim side of things. So we'll take a quick break and come back on the other side of this. Of course, a big shout out to, of course, Wicked Cushion and World of Thunder Racing League have done a lot for us here at Ultimate Dirt TV and myself. Of course, we can't thank those gentlemen enough for what they've done for not only sim racing, but for everything that they do here at Ultimate Dirt TV. We'll take a quick break and come back on the other side of this. Your 40-lap main event for round number 1 of the Rush Sim Racing Midget Super League here at the Kokomo Speedway. Who is going to be king after tonight? Welcome back, race fans, to Ultimate Dirt TV's coverage of the Rush Sim Racing Midget Super League. It is now time for your A main event, and let's take a look at your Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid. Now a reminder, our first 8 positions, they might be jumbled up just due to the fact that we had those drivers in the pole shuffle. We know Harry Stewart and Joel Berkeley's going to be row 1. Davin Cardwell and Lachlan Horton. No, that's not correct, but anyhow. Our drivers from the pole shuffle: Harry Stewart, Joel Berkeley, Matt McCutcheon, Davin Cardwell, Jacob Dixon, Bradley Oldfield, Lachlan Horton, and Mitchell Piskalik. So, in fact, the grid ain't going to work. So let's wait for these drivers to come around. You're about to see 102 laps on the board. It is only a 40 lap A main. It'll be 40 green flag laps. So anytime there's a caution, we are going to, the first 2 laps now, we're going to get the drivers into their correct positions. Once they're in those correct positions, when we complete our second lap is when, basically, once the second lap starts, that's the next time by, that's when we go green flag. So not this time by, but the following time by. They've got very little time to get this sorted here, as it looks to be all set, hopefully. Berkeley, Stewart, McCutcheon, Cardwell, Dixon, Oldfield, Horton, Piskalik, Phelan, Gardner, Sadler, Robbie, Hatton, Hurley, Cameron, Jordison, Castagna, Schultz, and Sheeran. 40 laps on the board. Green flag is out. Our main event is underway. Stewart immediately straight to the cushion into turn number 1 and 2. We go into 3 and 4 for the first time. Yellow is out. Now we're going to see the white flag come out at lap number 45. Phelan already gone back to pit road. And the 049 machine. So 18 cars left in this one. Very short laps around here, very short pacing laps, only about 25 seconds. We get set to go back to green. Berkeley, the leader from Stewart. Back underway, restart number 1. Stewart looking down low this time on Berkeley. They both nearly catch the tyre. Oldfield up on the inside as well. James Robbie following suit, but look at Minimac, the Rush Sim Racing. Number 98 machine is hauling A55 right now. Right now the drivers are on lap number 8. And again the white flag coming out at lap number 45. Berkeley continues to lead from Stewart. McCutcheon in 3rd. Oldfield in 4th. Now make that Oldfield 3rd. As here comes Davin Cardwell trying to get by Matt McCutcheon. The 4th spot, they nearly made contact, but it's the United Sim Sports drivers sitting 2nd and 3rd right now. And so many times last season, we've seen Oldfield just glued to the bottom side of the racetrack. Berkeley picks up the front wheels. The wall, they call him, Harry Stewart. Continuing to work upstairs through 1 and 2. He will be upstairs again in turns 3 and 4. Now you can see 11 of 102. Well, remember, white flag will come out at lap number 45. Berkeley still your leader. Oldfield sits, make that third. Stewart sits second. Oldfield third, and now Stewart is closing in on Berkeley for the race lead. We go back and take a look at the drivers not in the top three. Davin Cardwell sits fourth. Matt McCutcheon fifth. Brad Gartner in sixth. Mitchell Piskalik seventh. Aaron Hatton eighth. Ninth is Dale Jordison. And James Robbie rounding out the top 10. These top three drivers are getting close once again. Stewart closing the gap on the leader of Berkeley. 3/10 of nearly 4. In fact, it is 4/10 of a second quicker as he now switches to the middle part of the racetrack through 3 and 4. Berkeley in the slick, but still good enough to keep those left side tyres in the moisture down low. He gets tight there on the exit of turn number 2. 30 laps remaining. So far, the main event has just seen the one caution flag. Stewart right up on that outside wall in 1 and 2, right through the middle of 3 and 4. Stewart, he's got a handle on this racetrack early on, but is he too good too early on? Berkeley still looks to be fighting and manhandling that race car down the back straightaway. Still Berkeley by about a car length. Berkeley makes a mistake out of turn 2 that time by. Now Oldfield, he's got a chance. Oldfield and Berkeley, they are very persistent in trying to keep their cars on the bottom side. Of course, the shortest way around, but these drivers on the top side are keeping their speed and momentum up, and that's what you want to do. Cardwell 4th, McCutcheon rounding out the top 5. Can Stewart get his first win? Yellow is out. Oh, who is that? Sheeran, I believe that is. Gartner. No, in fact, it's Jack Cameron in the 22 machine. So the white flag going to come out at lap number 48. You see Jack Cameron pulling that car back into pit road. Jacob Dixon as well. A couple of laps to go. Craig Sherham still circulating on the speedway. Going to be a 1 lap down, but in 16th position. So drivers are on 2 to green right now. So a good bit of green flag run just then here in our season opener for 2020, the first of 30 rounds of the Rush Sim Racing Midget Super League. Lights are out on the pace truck. Field is doubling up into rows of 2 by 2. So white flag to come out at lap number 48. .24 to run. Not quite at the halfway stage just yet. Stewart throwing the big slide job down into 1 and 2. Oldfield up on the inside of Berkeley. Oldfield has second at the start-finish line. Yes, he does. Berkeley back to third. And then we take a look at the gaggle of cars behind him. Jordison, Cardwell, Piskalik's there as well. McCutcheon, James Robbie. You can near throw a blanket from 4th to about 6th or 7th right now. Maybe even 8th if you want to throw in James Robbie, depending on how big the blanket is, how big of a person you are. Piskalik slides up in front of Cardwell. Cardwell comes back at him right now. We watch Dale Jordison in the 27 machine. Berkeley, little tight, little low there on the bottom side on the front straightaway. Meanwhile, change for the race lead. Bradley Oldfield. Poor old Harry Stewart. How many times last year did we see this? Oldfield 1, Stewart 2, Berkeley in 3rd. 4th is Jordison. Then you go back to Davin Cardwell. Cardwell, will he go the slider? No. Goes to the middle. Slides to the top. McCutcheon picks up the front wheels halfway down the back straightaway. Piskalik gets on by in 6th position. McCutcheon back to 7th. Yellow, yellow, yellow. So let's take a look at our Black Diamond Motorsports onboard cameras. On board with your race leader, Bradley Oldfield. Try and take a look at the 11 machine of Harry Stewart, just to the outside there. There it is, the United Sim Sports of Valvoline, Too Easy Finance, Ultimate Dirt TV, Parramatta Isuzu, West End Mazda, number 11 machine, and well, his teammate, Bradley Oldfield, your leader. Lights are out on the pace truck. We stay on board. You know what? Let's go on board here with Berkeley as he tries to get back to the race lead. Go back to our normal camera angles right now. White flag at lap number 51. 17 to run this time by. So yes, we are officially halfway home. Jordis at the MG Contracting number 27 machine. Trying to follow Stewart, but again, not so high. Pisklik trying to throw the big dive bomb on McCutcheon. McCutcheon on the outside again. McCutcheon will go anywhere that number 98 machine is willing to go. Mini back up on the outside as well. Here goes Berkeley. Nearly pushing Oldfield through turns 3 and 4. They both run low again. So both got their cars set up for the bottom side of the racetrack. Berkeley to the inside on Oldfield. They made contact. Berkeley got into the side of Oldfield and almost cost Berkeley what could have been a race-winning moment, but there's still plenty of laps left to run. Oldfield, look out! He's burned. Berkeley's made the mistake as well. Oldfield now back to 4th. Berkeley up to 2nd. And your race leader goes back to Harry Stewart. And here comes Matt McCutcheon. The Rush Sim Racing number 98 machine is hauling ass right now. Now look at Stewart being very defensive right now. He's gone downstairs. Well, now he just needs to not make the same make his teammate did just a couple of laps ago. 3 wide, nearly for the race lead, down into turn number 1 and 2. Stewart slides up in front of McCutcheon. McCutcheon to the inside, right through the middle, and Joel Berkeley is back to the race lead. Minimat trying a different line through turns 3 and 4, trying to stay mid-groove right now. There's still a fair bit of moisture, but he catches the wall on the exit of turn number 2, and that tightened the car up. He had to get off the gas and get back on it. Yellow flag is out. Whew. Jeez, these boys are putting on a bit of a show. And we are going to be inside of we're going to have about 10 laps left to run. It'll be 9 or 10. We'll see if they get the 2 to green signal, whether they are still pacing. But hopefully they are on 2 to green. The white flag to come out at lap number 54. What's going on, Andrew? How are you, buddy? We are going to start to pick up business here in 2020. We've got some more American leagues. We've got some 305 action to cover. Plus some 410s with the Dirty Old Bastards on a Wednesday and Thursday night American time. So it'll be Thursday, Friday for the Aussies here. Here we go. Stewart trying to time this restart on Berkeley. White flag at lap number 54. Oldfield to the inside. There's just a bunch of cars downstairs. I believe it was Dixon and McCutcheon. McCutcheon slides up in front of Cardwell. They go 4 wide out of turn number 4. Oldfield, Stewart stay low. McCutcheon and Cardwell upstairs. Piskalik 3/4 way up the racetrack. 3 wide down into turns 3. Doing good, buddy. Doing good. We continue to watch the Rush Sim Racing 98 machine absolutely rip the lip around the Kokomo Speedway, but Berkeley closing in on 6, or closed in 6 to run. Berkeley makes a mistake. Oh, you wouldn't read about how many times are we going to have a change for the lead. Oldfield hits the inside tyres, and now McCutcheon and Cardwell, they take over the top 2 spots on the top side of the racetrack. But you know, Berkeley's not giving up just yet. Nearly 3 wide for the race lead, and how good is the action up front? There is so much drama again. White flag out at lap number 54. And this time by, we'll see 3 to run at the start-finish line. And we are still no closer to finding out who is going to victory lane. It is going to be so tight between these drivers, Berkeley and McCutcheon. How often have I seen this? Berkeley, McCutcheon, Cardwell trying to throw his name into the mix, and 2 to run. That time by. Berkeley still working that inside of the speedway. McCutcheon still giving it everything that he can on the top side of the racetrack. White flag, lap number 54. We are there right now. 1 lap left to run into 3 and 4 for the final time. The Rush Sim Racing Midget Super League season opener goes to Joel Berkeley. He gets the win. Following in second, Matt McCutcheon. Third is going to be Davin Cardwell. Results are not going to be correct because everybody's going to come past the start-finish line, but Berkeley, McCutcheon, and Cardwell. Berkeley will get the win. What a well-deserved victory for the Slick Sim Sports team. The only driver from Slick Sim Sports here this evening and most likely throughout the season. And they go to victory lane. We'll hopefully chat to our top 3. So we are just going to drag these people from the team channels, and looks like they are ready to go, or a couple of them are. Well, this was an unbelievable race. But going to victory lane, getting the fireworks going right now. He will get the season opener here in 2020. He is the king of Kokomo, Mr. Joel Berkeley. Joel, congratulations on this victory. Boy, that was a race that had everything you could possibly throw at it.
Yeah, I don't think I could have stood on it many more times than I did without paying for it. But hell, that was a fun race. I'm sure it looked good from the broadcast. Yeah, it's hard to adapt to late models after you've been running mud turtles for about 3 weeks.
You pretty much didn't get off that bottom side throughout that 40-lap main event. Was that always going to be the game plan after that pole shuffle race there with Stewart?
Look, I didn't know what I was doing the first 20 laps of that race. I was just trying to keep the wheels on the ground, but I was failing at that pretty good. But I had it set up for the bottom, and I was just trying to made some changes before I think the second last yellow before the lead, and they worked for the better, and yeah, got the job done, I guess, didn't I? It was fun.
It's 30 weeks this season here for the Rush Sim Racing Midget Super League. Albeit we're in race number 1, we've still got 29 to go. Is there hopefully going to be a challenge for the title, or are you just going to see what rounds you can make? Obviously, real life stuff and real life racing comes into that. But what's the plan for 2020 for Joel Berkeley and Slick Sim Sports?
Well, the plan I've got is to run as many races as I can. Obviously, it depends on real racing and work. I do know I am going to miss pretty much the entire of April, so I might snag in 1 week the start of April, but I'm going to probably miss 3, so it's going to be maybe win 27 races, I guess, and try and go from there.
Well, that's a case of maybe hoping that there's 3 or 4 rainouts, virtual rainouts that never happen.
Oh, yeah, it'll never happens, but it does happen at times, Brett, but that's the hope. But I guess every time we roll out, just try and be up the pointy end and finish up front. And I mean, if you finish up front enough times, I don't know if everyone's going to make all 30 rounds. I'm sure a couple of people might not make some. So hopefully, to my liking, a couple of people don't make some. But if they do, they do. And they don't, they don't. So we'll see what happens and try and give it a crack where I can.
Well, no doubt you've got some sponsors and some people to thank behind the scenes that helped get you here to victory lane tonight. Yeah,
it's massive thanks to the guys at Slick SimSort. Down to graphics, JDR graphics, Thigh Designs, everyone that's helped out on the team, Two Brothers Stream Team, all the guys that help out. There's a lot going on at the moment. Everyone's done, or everyone's going for Sprint Car Pro, or not going for Sprint Car Pro. There's 6 of them in Sprint Car Pro, and there's a ton of us trying to qualify for Late Model Pro. I am as well, because that's all I can really do.
Well, wish you the best of luck and congratulations on the win, Joel.
Cheers, Barrett.
There we go, your winner here tonight, round number 1 of the Rush Sim Racing Midget Super League. We'll chat to the driver that comes home in second position here tonight, driving the Rush Sim Racing number 98 machine, Minimac Chicken Legs, Matt McCutcheon. Well, I think it's safe to say, Matt, that you left it all out on the racetrack, and second place is going to have to do for tonight.
Yeah, let's be honest, I did crap at that first start of race. I think I was back down in 10th, and it definitely made it a little bit harder, but hey, we got going towards the end there, and we got a bit of momentum up, and we tried to challenge Joel for the lead, but he was just too good on that bottom.
This track is very tricky, not only on the bottom side, but on the top side, because if you've done a number of laps around here, you'll know that through the center of 1 and 2, that wall sort of comes and sticks out at you. How much does that play into the mind when you're trying to get through 1 and 2? Because going through 3 and 4, there's not really that little wall where it comes out, but you've still got that opening into the entrance into turn 3.
Yeah, it's definitely scary, especially when, you're racing as hard as we were there. I don't think there was, a second there where we had a second gap, we were right on our tails. So with them applying the pressure, it was very easy to slip into those mistakes. I think I knocked down the wall like 4 or 5 times that race. So it's pretty easy to make those mistakes, but as long as you get out the other side of it, it's all good.
Maybe thinking back on it now, was there a point in the time in the race where you could have done something differently? Because let's be honest, pretty much from that middle groove of the racetrack all the way right up to that outside wall, that number 98 machine and the tyre tracks were all over this racetrack.
Yeah, I was definitely giving it my all. I tried to set up tonight myself, tried a few little changes, and it's safe to say I screwed up. So yeah, I think we'll just probably tone down the setup a little bit and just drive it a bit harder. But yeah, definitely drove the wheels off it, and it was a cool race to be in.
Well, no doubt you've got some people to thank and some sponsors behind the scenes. So who gets it done for you, Minimac?
Yeah, I'd love to thank Ryan and the team from Rush Sim Racing. What an awesome little team, and hopefully next week we can go one step higher.
Well, we've still got 29 rounds to contest with, so still a long season ahead, but congratulations on second place here tonight, Matt.
Cheers, thank you.
There we go, Minimac Matt McCutcheon home in second place, and well, to round out the podium here tonight, all the way from the United States, he's up at, I believe it is about 7 a.m. where I am, 6 a.m. I don't know what time in the a.m., but it's an early morning for this man, but a third place and a good result for this guy. Davin Carbell, Davin, congratulations on this third place run. I believe the last time you were here, you had to come from, I think, the C, and I believe you might have finished somewhere in the top 5, but a hell of a run from you tonight in that 07 machine.
Oh yeah, most definitely. It's 7:08 in the morning, so I'm for sure ready to go to bed. But it was a good race early on. I don't know what I was doing in these, but we got Lucky told me there was a league running, so we came and ran it tonight, and it was a pretty good deal.
Now, a lot of these drivers you might be unfamiliar with. How do you prepare to go into a 40-lap main event and race with guys that you don't normally race with in cars that you're sort of unfamiliar with as well?
Oh, it's a different ball game because you really don't know who's fast and who's not. But I know everyone in the server was fast or not, and I knew I had to be on my A game, and I didn't know what set to run. But we made one real quick, and it turned out to be pretty decent.
Sort of maybe a little bit of a different format to what you're used to in other league races, where they run qualifying and stuff like that, or randomised heat races and straight into a feature. What did you make of the format here tonight, and obviously something different that you don't normally run throughout the night times over in the US?
Oh yeah, it made it really fun for me, and I like the format, and I'm ready to get back after it, and I'm gonna start getting used to that hopefully, and start running this league more. I did like that though, because me and Joe had a good battle on our little dash we had, but it was really fun.
All right, well, congratulations, third place run here tonight at Kokomo. We'll let you get out of here, and before we let you go, of course, sponsor shout outs, all that good stuff, buddy. Who makes it happen for you?
I gotta thank you for broadcasting. Everyone put this league on. Domino, Spearwood, RCF Designs, Horton Develop Team. Lucky for letting me drive this thing tonight. And yeah.
All right, there we go. Davin Cardwell, they're home in third place, and just to redress the top 3 here tonight, Joel Berkeley gets the win ahead of Matt McCutcheon, who comes home in second, and third going to the driver from the US of A. So essentially, that was Davin Caldwell home in third. So we had Australia 1, New Zealand 2, and USA 3. And again, 3 different countries represented here tonight, and they take out the top 3 steps on the podium. Again, a big shout out and a big thank you to Ryan at Rush Sim Racing for his continued support here at the Midget Super League. And of course, we hope to continue bringing you all the good action here for the next 29 races of the series, plus of course the memorial races coming up, and of course the Australian title. So a lot to happen here at Midget Super League. And of course, if you haven't done so already, head over to Midget Super League on Facebook, give them a like and a follow, or you can check out the website, go to midgetsuperleague.com and keep up to date with all the sim racing side of things that they have going on. And well, that'll wrap us up here from Kokomo. Round number 1 is complete. A big shout out to Wicked Cushion and World of Thunder Racing League for their support here at Ultimate Dirt TV, and a big thanks to everybody that is tuned in here tonight to watch round number 1 of the Rush Sim Racing Midget Super League. That'll be myself, Brett Wheeler, signing off. And on behalf of the team here at Ultimate Dirt TV and everybody that makes all this possible, we say thank you so very much, farewell, and good night, everyone.